So, hi guys, here we are, MMA UK News. Obviously, myself, Stoomboy, as always, MMA UK BJJ show. So, talking about Grapplefest 11. Grapplefest 11 is going to be Saturday, the 26th of February. Going to be at the usual place, so Fusion Nightclub, Fleet Street in Liverpool. Now, doors open, I believe, around about 3:30. First fight will kick off at 4 p.m. Grapplefest are very punctual. So make sure you're there and you've got a space because, as I said, it will get filled up pretty quickly. Tickets, there is no tickets available for this. This was sold out with about 6 weeks to go. So there is no tickets available. You will be able to watch the event on Fight TV. So obviously the new deal with Fight TV. Prices are very, very good for the year. $49.99. If you want to pay monthly, it's $4.99. And there is a pay-per-view option as well. So I believe it's $14.99. In the UK, I think it works out about £9 or £10 UK money. So it's going to be Daisy Fresh. Daisy Fresh are coming over with some of the best grapplers that the US has to offer across all belts, and they're going to be taking on some of the best that we have here in the UK and obviously Europe as well. Now, my next guest is going to be on the show that night, so Dante Leon of Pedigo Submission Fighting. Now, Dante is what we call a Grapplefest veteran. Obviously, I think this will be your third time, I believe, you'll be on. So definitely a Grapplefest veteran. And Dante's going to be up against now. My pronunciation is probably terrible, but it's Matthias Szczynski. I hope I say that right, Matthias. So it promises to be an absolute fantastic matchup between these two. So, Dante, listen, thank you very much for obviously taking the time to speak to me.
Thanks for having me on, man.
Listen, I know you're busy. I know you're very, very busy. So I very much appreciate, as I said, obviously taking a few minutes to speak to me. So thank you very much, buddy.
Of course, man. Of course.
So you, up to Christmas, how was the festive period for you?
Oh, it was great, man. I got to go back and see some family in Canada, visit with my grandparents and parents and things like that. Like about a week back there. Still stayed training, still stayed lifting, things like that. That never stops. And then back home into the U.S., back to Ohio, and then right back to work.
Yep. And how busy are you then? So obviously the start of the year. So I take it you're very busy. I know that you had a very busy 2021. So I think 2022 is going to be equally as busy for you.
Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty busy. The only reason it wouldn't get as busy, especially in the later part of the year, would be because of ADCC
Yeah.
2022. That's like, it's kind of where everything starts and stops with
Yeah.
every plan that we have this year is kind of revolved around that. So that's why it might get a little bit slower near the end of the year, but I just think all the hype and all the training is going to be geared towards ADCC 2022.
Definitely. And how's everything with you at Pedigo? Because I know that when me and you last spoke, you hadn't long just changed over to Pedigo. So how's everything at Daisy Fresh in regards to your training?
Great, man. I go up there. I go up there about the same. I go up there every month. Every like 4 to 6 weeks, I go up there and I do some time training. So I was there not too long ago. A couple of weeks ago, I did some time there. Always good. Like, not only are they good training, but they're really good friends of mine. All the guys there, and he's been a good friend and a great person in
Yeah.
the corner, a great person as a coach since I honestly, he's been coaching me since 2019. So it's awesome,
Yeah.
man. It's just time that it's official.
Yes. And it's it's an awesome team that obviously Pete Heath has at Pedigo. As I said, you see it. I got to speak to people like Jared Schaefer, Tad Cravens, and obviously they're very young, 18-year-old, but it seems to be quite a young team that Heath has. And they're all hungry. Everybody's hungry
Yeah.
to go out.
Yeah. Young, hungry grapplers, man. That's like the worst combination. Those are the worst guys to fight. They
Yeah.
train tough. They're tough people. You know what I mean? Everything, nothing comes easy for them, and nothing comes easy in the room. So when they go to compete, they have a great mindset for it.
Definitely. It's an awesome team, as I said. Looking forward to. Obviously, I know that we got to see a few of Daisy Fresh at the last Grapple Fest, so obviously we're going to get to see a lot more this time. And as I keep telling everybody, it's when I describe them, I can only describe them as Keith's coming over with, as I said, some of the best young grapplers that the US has to offer, from blue belt, purple, brown, and obviously black belt as well.
Yeah, I mean, this show is going to be crazy. I think there's like 9 or 10 guys from the team.
Yeah.
Jared Schaefer, like you said, he's 18 years old. He's a blue belt. He's a great athlete. He's a successful high school wrestler right now. I'm confident he could probably take that career post secondary too as well. You got Michael Pixley, who's like the world's baddest blue belt. Tad, who's a blue belt. He was a Nogi world champ. He's second place in the gi in the worlds. And then we got a few other guys. Marshall's there. Jacob Brooks. Everybody knows Spatch. Spatch is a great mind for jiu-jitsu. You know what I mean? He's great in the corner. He's a great coach. And he's also a super tough practitioner and competitor too. So this year he's really focusing on kind of biting down and getting some things figured out so he can start to show what he has in the room and the competition mat. So I think if this is a tournament that everything goes right for him, it could kind of be a breakout. And then obviously you got the big guns, George. We got Jacob Couch, Musa Maki, John Hansen, myself. Main card. So I mean that's like a great lineup, all black belts. Jacob Couch a brown belt, but he's still one of the best in the world. And going out there, everybody saw George last time, and everybody knows about George. George is one of the guys who's the team's favorite. He's always a crowd favorite as well. So excited to have everybody there. This will be kind of the first time that we've gone into a professional event and all had matches. You know what I'm saying? Like usually if it's that many people at one spot, it's to an IBJJF or a tournament. So now that it's going towards a professional tournament, it has even more mystique to it. It has even more relevance. You know what I mean? We're all going to a professional event. So it's just going to be amazing.
You missed out one name there. Your boy Brad. You missed Brad.
Yeah, I missed my own guy, bro. I missed Brad Schneider. Brad's like, I think everybody's going to be shocked to see Brad, man. I mean, he's got a super unorthodox style. And he's super tough, man. You might not think it if you give him a first glance, but he's as tough as they come, man. And he's high level, especially in the rule set of sub only. He's a real problem, man. Like, when we talk about points rule sets, that's where he drops some fights to guys that I think he's a lot better than. But when we get into these sub-only rule sets, these EBI kind of tournaments, he's super dangerous, man. So given the rule set of this tournament, I think he's going to do amazing.
Yeah, I had a great chat with Brad just a few days ago, talking, and really, really nice guy, very, very nice to talk to, and obviously his jiu-jitsu knowledge was awesome. He was talking about some of his crucifier instructional that he has on BJJ Fanatics. So
he's got a full instructional on the crucifix, man, and I mean, I think it's waiting the sales to take off for him to highlight reel somebody, you know what I mean? But anybody who's trained with him and anybody who knows him knows about his crucifix, man. It's such an awkward position and submission for someone to focus on, so it really catches people off guard, you know what I mean?
Definitely. And then obviously Grapple Fest. So then this one, Grapple Fest 11. As I said, we saw you Grapple Fest 10. I think you were on what was it, Grapple Fest 7 as well. So so obviously we know what you're coming to do. I say you push the pace, you're exciting. Hence the reason why obviously Grapple Fest keep bringing you back, because you're a fan's favourite. The fans love to see you over here in the UK. So how did you find out you were going to be on Grapple Fest 11?
We mean, after the last match, I was a little bit frustrated at the belt kind of still being in Lachlan's hands. I know he's got an unfortunate situation, but the world has to move on, whether he wants to keep it or not. So if he wants to keep it, he's got to fight for it. The decision was made for him to relinquish the belt. Given that he relinquished the belt, there had to be a match for it. So Mateus and I were two good candidates. I was interim champ. Mateus is a guy who North America might not know so well, but everybody in Europe knows him. I don't think it's going to be long before the world knows him. I think he's a very good grappler. I think he's very dangerous, and I think he's one of the guys who's flown under the radar. Nobody really flies under the radar for me because I'm a complete jiu-jitsu nerd. So if you think you're good and I don't know who you are, I know who you are. So I know what he brings to the table. I haven't felt him before. I haven't trained with him. I haven't competed against him, so I don't know what it's going to be like when I'm actually out there. But on paper, from what I've seen, he's tough, he's dangerous, and I do think he's a good contender.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be an exciting matchup because, as I say, we've seen you on Grapple Fest. We've seen you at various other events, Fight to Win, and obviously the No-Gi Worlds and so on. And you're absolutely awesome to watch, as you always entertain. You always come to put on a show. And especially when you look at your record of wins, I mean, the majority of your wins, or quite a substantial amount of your wins, are submission. You always look to finish the fight.
Yeah, I mean, last year I didn't have as many submission wins as I would have liked. You know, I submitted people, but I had more fights go to decision and more fights that it felt like I didn't take as many risks as I could have in finishing the match. So I don't want this in this one. I want to finish the fight in under 5 minutes. That's been my big goal. I want to be able to go out there and put pressure on him and take advantage of his mistakes, make him make mistakes, and put him away. I want to finish this guy. You know what I mean? And then from here on out, that's how I'm going to look at it. That's like my goal of every match is to go out there and to wear people down, be technically better than people, be physically more than my opponents can handle, and finish fights. So it starts now. This is just kind of like a message to be sent to everybody at this event. Is like, that's what I want to do. I want to get back to my old ways.
Definitely. And listen, we love seeing you. We love seeing you coming over to the UK. We love seeing you at Grapple Fest. As I said, I know that I love watching you. I know the people there, the fans and so on that come, they love to see you as well. So we're definitely looking forward to seeing you coming back to Liverpool, Dante.
Awesome. And then, Liverpool's my place, man. The people there, we just get along. Everybody's just cool. All the people there that support, and when we go out, whether it's after the tournament or we go out, before the event, it's just cool meeting the people there. They're all just really, really down to earth, good people, and they love combat, man. So it's my place.
Definitely. And then final thing for you then, Dante. So we said this the last time. Obviously, you've been in the game for a number of years. But anybody you want to shout out to? So any friends, family members, teammates, or sponsors?
Oh man, I want to shout out, my gym and everybody involved in my gym back home, Adamus Jiu-Jitsu. You know what I mean? That's my baby. That's my place. All those people mean the world to me. I don't have any family with me in Ohio in the United States, so that's like my family. You know what I mean? All those people there. Kelly Highmore, my partner and my sponsor. He's just, you know what I mean? It's such a special thing there. So, nothing happens without all those people, without them, without Kelly. And then my team, Daisy Fresh, they've been on every level. They've been a great amount of support, and Heath has helped so much. And, everybody's like, what's different about being on Daisy Fresh now compared to when you weren't? And honestly, it's hard to know because the friendship was built when I wasn't even on the team. And it was just, you know what I mean? It's just always been really good, even when I wasn't on the team. So I just feel good to have really good people in my life, really good people who support me, really good people who have my best interests in mind. And I'm happy I can get back to these people. And because of that, I'm going to give back to the fans and putting on a show February 26th.
Definitely. Listen, we're looking forward to it. So guys, there we go then. So Saturday, 26th of February, Grapple Fest 11 is going to be at Fusion Nightclub, Fleet Street in Liverpool. Anybody that's never been in Fusion Nightclub for a Grapple Fest event, it's an absolute awesome place, especially obviously for the grapplers when they walk down the stairs and onto the mat, and you've got all the spectators pretty much on top of the mat. Unlike if you go to IBJJF where they're maybe sitting in seats quite a distance away, whereas Grapple Fest, they're right on top of you, and it's a very knowledgeable crowd. Yeah, listen, there's a very knowledgeable crowd as well. So whenever anything happens, they know exactly what's happening, Dante.
Yeah, it's true, man. It's very true. I mean, I I love the atmosphere, but it's intimidating to some people. You can definitely tell. So I'm excited for these young guys on the team to get to experience that, man. I think regardless, that experience, that feeling that energy and being in that room is gonna help them be better people and be better athletes.
Definitely. Well, listen, we're looking forward to Daisy Fresh coming over. As I say, we got to see a glimpse at Grapplefest 10. We're going to get to see a lot more at Grapplefest 11. So we're all buzzing to see Daisy Fresh coming over. So Dante, listen, I know you're a busy man. So thank you very much for taking the time to speak to me tonight.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much, man. You guys take
Not a
care,
problem.
okay?
You too. We'll see you next month, okay?
Yes, sir. Bye bye.